If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture on gate electrical circuits. So today we will be solving 5 questions from question number 192 onwards, 192, 93, 94, 95 and then 96. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Okay, if you come to question number 192, so 192 what they are asking, this is a series RLC circuit shown in the figure supplied from a variable frequency. So the admittance locals against the admittance plot. This is admittance locale means plot of admittance. So for that I will refer you. I have done whenever you see in Y plane, I always refer to that more relay characteristics in BG plane, that is admittance and admittance plane, that is conductance and susceptance plane, because Y is equal to B plus JB JG. So this is your conductance and susceptance. So you see that more relay characteristic. I will give it in the suggestion link. So here also same thing. You will get some idea from here also. But detailed discussion of Y plane I have discussed there. So if you see RLC plot, what will be the Z of Y is this one of this one. It will be R plus J omega L minus 1 by omega C. Okay. So now if you want to plot it, you can put by seeing the value varying omega. I have told you to find locus, whatever the variable they want to vary frequency. So you vary frequency, take some values of omega 0, 0 or any value you take, and then see what is the value, what is the thing you are getting, and then see which graphs is satisfying you. That's it. Now if you see, because it will be somewhere it will be at resonance, so this admittance somewhere it should have only real part. So obviously this will not be the answer, these two will not be the answer, because if you can think, this is, suppose this omega is equal to 1 by root LC, then you will see these two will get cancelled out, then Y is equal to simply 1 by R. 1 by root LC, you will see these two will cancel out. So that means it will have only real value. So but here nowhere it is having only real value, it has real imaginary, real. Only here you will find at these 2 points these are real values. Okay, that means I got this answer. It will be either A or B. Okay. Now you see the angle. Now here it is moving in this way. Means as you increase omega, suppose omega 0 is here. So if you increase omega infinity, it will reach again here. Here they are saying it is starting from here. From 0 it will start here, then at infinity it will come here. You are getting it? From 0 is omega is 0. It will start here, and if you increase omega, it will move in this direction. Here they are saying if you increase omega, it will move in this direction. So let us see how it is going on. At omega 0, what will be the admittance angle? If you put omega equal to 0, this is 0, 1 by 0 is infinity. And this will be, what will be the value of this one? This will be, suppose R is, because in that case R will be negligible, because it will be infinite. So in terms of infinite, R will be negligible. So it will be minus J infinity, something of this fashion. So what will be 0? 1 by infinity is 0 and angle is 90. So 0 angle 90. Now how do you think 0 angle 90 will be? So obviously we know 0 angle 90 is here. 0 at an angle of 90, somewhere upward direction. But sir, here we are doing the mistake, because it is Y plane. Y plane is not Z plane. We are considering everything. All our thinking was in Z plane consideration. XL, XC, this was. And we are moving in this direction, theta, that is okay. Anti-clockwise direction, theta will be positive. So all this in Z, because Z, if Z has it has an angle of theta, then Y will be at an angle of minus theta. So in Z, if you move anti-clockwise direction, then it becomes positive. Theta is positive in Z. If it is in NT, it is in NT. But the same theta will be negative in Y. So same theta, this exact same theta will be negative in Y. So in Y plane what it will be? Your theta negative will mean we will move in anti-clockwise direction. So in Y plane it changes the theta. So till now what you know, if you move in anti-clockwise direction, that is positive angle. If you move in clockwise direction, that is negative. That is all for Z. We have done everything in Z plane. But in Y, your angle just reverses. So that's why you will see that Mohr relay characteristic also, the entire graph comes from first to third quadrant, because everything reverses. So that means whatever angle you are getting, 0 angle 90, now 90 is not in this direction, it is not positive. So 90 will be in this direction. So somewhere here it should be. So if you increase, so now you are getting it. So it is in least direction, means if you 0, it will be at this direction, bottom direction. So which one is giving bottom? This is going inside 0. This is not 090. Actually in our case 090 is this one, but here in y plane 090 is in positive 90, means in clockwise direction. You see the concept. Actual whatever we learned till now, that is for z. So in y it will reverse. In y, if we move anti-clockwise direction, it will be negative. If we move in clockwise direction, then that will be positive. So at 0 it should be 90 degree here. So it should be coming 0 angle 90. So 90 should be here. So only this one is satisfying. That is option, you can see. Or if you have still doubt, you can put in between any value. Omega is in between any value. See what is the impact you are getting, what is the angle you are getting. You take omega equal to L or C or 2, 3, whatever. You check with some value, you will get the answer. But no need. I think you got it. Or you can put one more omega 0. Let me put it omega 0 equal to infinity also. If I put infinity, then what will be the value of y? Y will be equal to 1 by, again if it is infinity, it is negligible, j omega L. So it will be, it is infinity, the omega is infinity, so it is at 0 angle minus 90. So what is minus 90 is here, minus. So I got it from this direction, it will come out and it will reach here, because it will be at omega 0, it will be here, and then it will move, finally it will enter like this, because the entry angle should be also angle 90 degree. Minus 90 is upward, this is minus 90 in y, and this is plus 90. That is the difference. So from plus 90 it will go to minus 90. So you can see how it will go as omega. So it will move in this direction. So it is clear. The resonant frequency of the given circuit. So what is the resonant frequency? I think you can easily do it. This is a simple question. So if we calculate, no need, or you can calculate y, because it is also a series parallel. So y will be equal to, this one is, or no need to calculate, because let me calculate it z itself. So 1 by 1 plus j omega, this one. Here I have calculated y. So what will be y here? Y will be 1 plus this, and then I have taken reverse of this one. So you can think of, I am doing parallel operation only. So if you do, I am taking y here for this segment only. So what will be y? 1 plus inverse of this one, j omega c. So for this portion, what will be r inverse of this one? So see, I have put in 1. So this is the value I got. Now if you know resonant frequency, then you have to separate real and imaginary. So if I multiplied by 1 minus j omega numerator denominator, so it will be of this fashion. What is L? L is 0.1. You can put any time. So your imaginary part should be 0. So you can see what is your imaginary part. Omega L should be equal to omega by 1 plus omega square. So now you can put omega L is equal to 0.1. Omega get cancelled, because omega cannot be 0. So if you put 0.1 is equal to, or 10 is equal to 1 plus omega square equal to 9, or omega equal to 3. That is your option C. Question number 194. Two magnetically uncoupled inductive coils have Q factor Q1, Q2 chosen at operating frequency. Their respective resistance R1 and R2. When connected in series, the effective Q factor of the same operating frequency. Now this is given, the first one, Q0 L1 by R1. This is Q1. This is the quality factor we know. These two are given to me. So keep it as it is. And what is overall inductance is L1 and plus L2. What will be overall resistance will be R1 plus R2. Because they are uncoupled, so only these will come, no mutual will come, and they are connected in series. So that's why I have directly added. Okay. Now what will be the final Q? That is omega 0 L1 plus L2 overall inductance divided by overall resistance R1 plus R2. Now you can put values, because R1 parts R2 should be there, or Q1 Q2. I replace L1 L2. Nowhere it is L1 L2 is there. So if I replace L1 will be equal to, you can see it will be R1 Q1 by omega 0. Omega 0 would get cancelled, and it will be R2 Q2 by omega 0, and there is omega 0. So you can see the option C is the correct answer. So in question number 195, what they are asking, a series RLC circuit is observed at two frequencies at omega 1. series RLC circuit is observed at omega 1. Note the voltage is at this much, current is this much. At omega 2, the source voltage and results a current of this. So if you see this current here, so what is this current? This is at an angle of 0. That means it is at resonance. So it is resonant frequency and it is voltage. So you know resonant voltage, resonant current. So you can easily calculate impedance. That impedance will be equal to R. So R we directly got. What will be R? Resonant voltage by resonant current. So resonant voltage is omega Z 100 divided by 2, that is 50 ohm. So directly you can get R equal to 50. Everywhere it is given 50. And your omega 2, this is because the angle is 0. There is no angle between V2 and I2. So this frequency is nothing but a resonant frequency. So 1 by root LC is equal to 2 kiloradian. That is omega 2 into 10 to the power 3. So this is one expression, you can find it out. So you can keep it as it is. So LC is equal to 1 by 2000 whole square. So you can check with option which option satisfies this one. If all the options satisfies, then you have to go for further. So let me write the next equation. Next equation is that if your omega is at 1 kiloradian, then there is an angle of this one. So what is the angle? That is 31 degrees. So Z is at 31. This angle is at 31. So this is R, this is X, and this is your Z. So because omega is less, so less means it is capacitive, because your resonant frequency is 2 kiloradian and you are applying 1 kilo. So less than resonant frequency you have seen, we have discussed, circuit remains capacitive. So capacitive means, so that means this is XC minus XL. XC will have a dominance. So XC minus XL divided by R, that is your angle. That is tan 31 degree. This angle is given 31 degree. The angle between voltage and current. So again, if you apply here, that will be 1 by omega C minus omega L is equal to 50 into tan 31. So omega is given, I think it is 1000. So 1000 kiloradian minus 1000 into L, that should be equal to 30.04. Now you can try solving these two, but I will prefer you don't try to solve these two. You put options. Which option satisfies this, these and these both. First you check with this. If only one option satisfies this, then no need to go this one also. You can suppose two options satisfies this, then you check both these options here. Which one, any one of that two will satisfy this also. The one which satisfies both, that will be your answer. So that is option B. That's why I am not solving this one, because this solving this one will make you me a quadratic expression psych format. Or you can put 1 by C, you put here L, you will directly get also. It will not be quadratic, because C will be, this 1 by C will be L, so L will get some. Question number 196. So in 196, what they are asking, the inductor is connected in parallel with the capacitor as shown in the figure. As the frequency of the current I is increased, the impedance Z of the circuit network. Now what will be the impedance Z of this circuit? If I go for again LS in Laplace domain, and that into that divided by this plus this, or you can do any domain. That is not necessary that you need to do in my way only. So this is CS, this is 1 by SC. So if you do it, it will be LS by LC S square plus 1. So if you put j omega, it will be j omega L by 1 minus omega square LC. So something of this fashion. Now you can think of, at some point at omega is equal to 1 by root LC. If I put this one, then this will be 1 minus 1 0. So at some point your impedance, this is your impedance Z. So you remember which plane it is. It is impedance with respect to frequency. Your impedance will go to Z will be at this, your Z will be equal to infinite. So at this your Z should be infinite. That is at omega at some point. That is, suppose this is the point. It should be infinite. It should be infinite. But here it is not infinite. Here it is 0. So these two will not be the answer. Obviously this one will be the answer. Okay. Now if you see, suppose it is less than, omega is less than 1 by root LC. Suppose omega is less than, suppose this side I am considering. I have to see whether it is inductive or capacitive. Then that will be the answer. So suppose this is less than this. So this is less than this means omega square is less than 1 by LC. Then omega square LC is less than 1. Then omega square LC minus 1 is less than 0. That means this is, that means 1 minus omega square LC is greater than 0. If this is less than 0, if you multiply it minus, then it will change the sign. That is greater than 0. Means your Z is positive. So if Z is positive, that means when Z is positive, then it is inductive. So now you know, because if your omega is less than then the circuit should be inductive. So obviously B will be the answer. because here it is capacitive. It should be Z should be positive also. You see Z is positive here and it is inductive. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.